Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tim Doty. We will have those stories in just a bit, but first, a man pretending to be a police officer is on the run tonight, and your help is needed to try and find him. It all comes after an incident early yesterday morning, after police say the man went into a couple's home on Ainsley Road in Sullivan Township and held them at gunpoint. Here's a look at the suspect tonight. Police have identified him as 47-year-old Dean Diltz. Fox 17's Mitch Fick has been working this story in Muskegon. He is live with more on the case and what we've uncovered about the alleged impersonator. Mitch.
Dave, thank you. How's this one for an attention getter? The NCAA men's basketball tournament in Grand Rapids. Well, it could happen, and it could happen soon. Fox 17's Tara Hernandez here now with more on what's being proposed and who's on board.
Tim, coming up tonight at 6, we'll have more from Mark Hollis. Plus, I'll tell you how Grand Rapids compares to the current NCAA First Four site, which is Dayton, Ohio this past year.
Hollis is on the NCAA basketball committee now, and people would say he's a guy that makes things happen. He got you basketball on an aircraft carrier.
Definitely.
He got you an outdoor hockey game. So if he thinks it can work, there's a pretty good chance, right?
But he is only one of 10 votes on the committee. So you need 9 other members to say, hey, we like Grand Rapids.
And Spartan fans and Michigan fans would hope they'd never be in a position to watch their team play because they wouldn't want to play in the first 4 games.
Yes, which Michigan State would not, because they would be the sponsor school.
Okay.
So they would have to go to a different venue, but they would still be the sponsor school for that.
I know the airport was a sticking point the last time they tried, so we'll hear at 6, hopefully, that will get worked out. Well, and that is not the only big news coming out of today's Sports Commission luncheon, which you were there at. Along talked about baseball and softball facility, one step closer to reality after a Michigan-based company signed on and kicked in some cash. Fox 17's Mitch Fick has more on that from Rockford. The man accused of shaking and injuring his infant son is heading to trial. Today, Justin McIntyre waived his preliminary hearing in Grand Haven, sending the case forward. Authorities say the incident happened back on August 24th when McIntyre's son was just 6 weeks old. Family members say the child is still recovering but is doing much better since then. McIntyre has been charged with first-degree child abuse. No trial date has yet been set. A sophomore near Cadillac recently fell victim to a cruel prank. Now her story is starting a national push against bullying. Whitney Kropp was recently nominated for Homecoming Queen at her high school. Initially, she was thrilled with the news, but after winning, she found out the whole thing was a joke done by her classmates. Whitney says she was crushed, even thought about suicide after hearing about a prank. The community stepped up and provided her with everything from a dress to a free makeover to make sure the upcoming dance will be a good experience she will never forget. Supporters of Whitney have taken to YouTube to help spread the anti-bullying message. And tonight, a Facebook page supporting her has more than 2,500 likes. Despite everything, Whitney says she plans to be a great homecoming queen. That is incredibly cruel.
I can't believe that. Yeah, I can't believe it.
Straight out of a movie, you would never think it would actually happen.
I know, that's sad. Well, I'm going to like that page as soon as I get off the air. Yep. All right, well, this is a story that's been getting a lot of attention on Fox17online.com and really around the world. The world's largest dog is back home in West Michigan.
Fox 17's Darren Cunningham had a chance to meet Zeus and his family in person and has more from Otsego.
Well, it's becoming clear that there is something in the water here in West Michigan.
And we're not talking about the fluoride that Grand Rapids has become famous for. No, there's something that's producing some very big fish, like this black buffalo fish. No need to hold that one close to the camera to make it look bigger. It does that on its own. 37.4 pounds, 39.3 inches long. That's a new state record. It was caught a little before midnight on September 5th by Brian DeGood. He was bow fishing in the Kalamazoo River. The black buffalo was a member of the sucker family, according to the DNR. By the way, the previous state record was 33.25 pounds and 36.5 inches long. Now, you may remember that's the second state record fish caught in southwest Michigan this year. Back in May, Rodney Akey landed this monster in the St. Joseph River. It's a flathead catfish that weighed in at 49.8 pounds, measured just under 46 inches long. Michigan state records are based on weight only and must be verified by the DNR. That's a good-looking animal there.
It is crazy. And in Florida, putting his life on the line to protect his dog.
It's a big mouth, and I just thought, uh-oh.
Coming up, the lengths he went to keep his furry friend out of harm's way.
Oh, we just always have to play Crocodile Rock, don't we? Could have played See You Later Alligator, hint, hint, producers. Later at 5:30, popular bar Grand Rapids changing its name. We'll tell you why they're making the switch after all these years. Alligator was trapped and killed a couple of days later by Florida Fish and Wildlife officers.
That is the cutest little doggy.
Yeah. I had a friend that had one of those and it used to bite me when I was a kid.
Really?
Not a fan of the white West Highland Terriers.
You would have let it go to the alligators?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that one.
It's a topic we talk about all too much these days, texting and driving. Now, the state of Michigan is teaming up with AT&T to let everybody know it can wait. Governor Snyder has declared tomorrow as Don't Text and Drive Day in the state of Michigan. Kalamazoo County Sheriff Richard Fuller was out at an AT&T store today getting the word out. Sheriff Fuller said that over 100,000 accidents are caused by texting and driving each year in our state. And even more alarming, 75% of teenagers say texting and driving is common. That's why the It Can Wait campaign is critical. You were asked to go to the website, take a pledge to not text and drive, and then share your stories via Twitter with the It Can Wait hashtag. If you want to take that pledge, we have a link at fox17online.com.
The biggest art competition in the world just one day away.
Speaking of large animals, guess who's back home? It is Zeus, the world's largest dog. He's completed his whirlwind trip to New York City and is back in Otsego tonight. On his hind legs, Zeus is 7 feet 4 inches tall, and we will get a good look at him tonight. So be sure to watch Fox 17 News at 10, where one of our reporters will actually saddle up and ride the... No? Well,
will not.
Okay, but you should watch anyway because it's going to be fun.
Oh, for a minute I thought, really?
He better at least give like a high five, maybe get a big...
We should send Leanne down. She could do it. She's tiny. She's this big. All right, the Tigers in Chicago tonight for a makeup game, and it is a big one.
Yeah, it should have been a battle for first place, but after yesterday's disappointment in Cleveland, it's not. Fox 17's Steve Ambrose is here with some highlights.
Rain, sleet, whatever, you got it all, Tim Doty. Lucky you. He's at Wyoming High School tonight with a look at tonight's games.
You know, I hang out in the studio. The weather's good on Fridays. I come back out here and have the ominous dark cloud. I feel like Charlie Brown here. It's hovering over our heads. But hey, we trust Rick Mecklenburg, don't we, Brett Paquita?
We do, but I'm wondering, do Michelle and Christian give you any grief for gloves or anything like I get from tearing those guys?
You'll always get grief from all of us for wearing the gloves, but it is kind of chilly out here. This is our first trip for a live broadcast from Wyoming High School. The former Wyoming Rogers, Wyoming Park and Rogers are together. They are with the Wyoming Wolves now, having a pretty good season so far.
Yeah, they are, and it's a great story, guys. I mean, you look at Tom White as an experienced coach coming in, and this is kind of the West Michigan version in a way of Remember the Titans.
Right away, I
would have been better off having a clown from Ringling Brothers come out. She would have treated me better than she's going to treat you when this camera goes off.
It's going to be rough, isn't it? I've got to
order up some rain, Rick. Just make it even worse.
Oh, that's when, okay, because when we were driving down, maybe I was thrown off by the fact that it started raining, and I said, Rick, it's raining, and he said, nothing to worry about.
Don't worry about it.